Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday, and that means it's time for some chemistry here on Tailored Tutors. So, this is our last one. This is our last actual free web class as part of the whole starting year 12, starting year 13. So, it's the last time anybody's going to be able to join us live for nothing. Get involved. Come and ask questions if you want to. You can ask me right here, right now, if you're watching. That's absolutely fine. But you know what? We're going to do some very specific stuff tonight. So at 6 o'clock, the year 12 stuff, we're going through some calculations. I've got some classic questions to kind of highlight the pitfalls in mole calculations and stuff like that. So essentially, we're going to be using some timed questions, putting the year 12s through their paces in terms of some mole calcs. And then year 13s, really weird mixture of stuff, but we're doing the same thing but with some equilibria questions because that obviously plays a big part in year 2, so you've got to make sure you nail that down. And organic chemistry, of course, because that's massive. Okay, so you've got to know your year 12 organic chemistry stuff really well in order to apply that for year 2. So the same goes for equilibria and enthalpy and atomic structure and redox. The list goes on. Year 12 is kind of like a bit of a preamble towards year 2 in many respects. So it's really important that if you're year 13, you've got to have year 12 stuff nailed down. And we're going to be doing that all year on TT. So my live class is at 6 o'clock for year 12s. After this week, year 2s are more than welcome to come along and revise some AS stuff as the year goes on. And then what you find is you don't have to revise it when it comes to crunch time. So when it comes to crunch time, you can focus on your year 2 stuff and be sure that you've nailed all your year 12 stuff. Hey Adam, how are we doing? Hola. I think that's the best way forward, is to just make sure that you divvy it up, year 13s, and just do a little bit each week, each month as the year goes on, and then you're going to make your life so much easier towards the end of the year. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what we do here. That's part of our TT method. So if anybody's watching now, if you've got any just general questions about the course or general questions about the TT course in particular or A-level chemistry, then go ahead and ask, because you've got another 5 minutes or so to do that before I shimmy on over into Zoom to do my live class. But the other thing I want to mention tonight is the Try TT free. So if you're not a subscriber, okay, basically, and you're part of maybe the starting year 12 or starting year 13 guides, or you're just in our free trial, then you can put that code in any ultimate guide package and you get your first month for free. Absolutely free. You can subscribe to all 3 subjects for year 2 and not pay a penny for the first month. All right, so just get involved, get in there, use it and abuse it for a month. We don't care. As long as you cancel by the end of that first month, you won't pay a penny. But you know what? You try it. If you like it, then carry on. Or you're using abusers come exam time, whatever. So it's just one of those. All right, it's just a free trial. Get stuck in. You can come to the live classes. You can do whatever you want to do during that month, and yeah, it's all absolutely free. Allow us to help you and guide you, like we've done so many thousands of other students. So Adam, how many hours do you think we should revise a week for A-level Chem and Bio in year 2? That's hard to say. I'm obviously doing hours in school or college, aren't you? I think in terms of revising AS stuff, my advice would be, say you're doing organic, in terms of chemistry, that's all I can say. Say you're doing organic chemistry year 2, and there's links back to organic chemistry you did in year 1. Go back and revise and study those things that you learned that are linked to it from last year. So for let's say, for example, you're looking at esters and carboxylic acids and their derivatives. Kind of go back and have a look at alcohols and things like that are all related, all these oxygen containing species. And that way, you link everything together. In chemistry, it's not like here's year 1 stuff and here's year 2 stuff. It's a huge spider's web, okay? So when you get to doing electrochemistry, okay, and you're looking at redox potentials and electrode potentials and half cells and stuff like that, go back and make sure you get to grips with your year 1 redox stuff. So don't think about it in terms of number of hours. Think about it in the logical things you should be doing on top of what you're doing in school. So, your teacher says to you, oh, well, we're doing KP next week. So, what's KP? Well, it's the equilibrium constant for gases in terms of pressure. Well, okay, the first thing you should be doing is going back and checking out Le Chatelier's principle and how you calculate KC, because it's really, really similar. So just think to yourself, what are those links between year 1 and year 2? In the year 13, starting year 13 course, I recorded a video on all those links between AS and A2. And I even did it in one of the web classes as well, linking year 1 to year 2. And those things you should just be, reading up on, as the year progresses. So that would be my advice, Adam, in terms of chemistry. Don't think about it in terms of number of hours. Maybe right now, spend an hour, okay, in the topic that you're doing, just reading over all your AS stuff, making sure you can apply it, maybe do a couple of questions from AS papers, make sure you know it, because by the time you get to June, the last thing you want to be doing is revising year 1 stuff, okay? You want to be focusing on, because year 2 is harder, right? There's some more difficult content. So that would be my advice, okay? So that's kind of what we're doing tonight with the year 13s. We're looking at the AS organic in terms of AS organic questions, because we can't really do any year 2 questions yet, because, well, you've already been there like 3 weeks, 3 and a bit weeks, something like that. So you haven't really got to grips with enough A-level stuff yet to be doing full A-level questions, really. Like I said, especially in organic, it's a massive spider's web. So, you got to wait until you got to get it all together before you can start doing any organic synthesis questions and stuff. If you haven't already, then check out those starting year 12 and year 13 courses for chemistry, because there's some brilliant PDF downloads, if I do say so myself, for you to put in your folder. Okay, so they'll, all the equations you need, all the physical chemistry equations you need, all the trends in periodic table that you need, and colors for transition metals, and everything for your exam board is in there, so you can reference it in class. So, like I said, it's bob on. It's going to be there for you to reference, and hopefully the whole point of it is for it to become useless. All right, because you keep referencing it, and in the end you don't need to, and that's its point. Its whole purpose in life is to be discarded. All right, so that's the whole point of that cheat sheet there that I've put together for year 1 and year 2 for all the 3 major exam boards. So make sure you download that and put it in your folder. I promise you're going to be finding it useful. Okay. So unless anyone's got any other questions, I think I'm going to mosey on over to Zoom and start my year 1, year 12 mole calculations web class. So you know what, next week I'll probably pop in, see how you guys are doing. If you got any questions, then Wednesday next week I'll spend maybe 15 minutes just having a chat with you guys. Yeah, hopefully everything's going really well for you guys in A-level chemistry so far. If it's not, you know where I am. Okay, so that's the deal. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. And if you're in the Zoom, I'll see you in 2 minutes.